What's going on, people? Welcome to 137 Works, and today we're going to do a little bit of drifting, but not quite as you might expect. This past weekend we had the Adam LZ Drift Games World Tour event here, just up the road from me actually, in Mondello here in Ireland. Just had a cool, fun, laid-back vibe where it wasn't that serious, they weren't taking themselves that seriously, and as part of that, one of the cool ideas that they came up to make it a bit fun and a bit more interesting was if your battle in the battles on Sunday went one more time, they had a red and a silver Lexus IS200. Now, if you're not familiar, it's a bit of a meme in here in Ireland, basically, that if you're like a young lad from down the country or everything that, and you want to start drifting sliding cars, you're probably going to end up in an old IS200, because all you need to do is lock the diff, weld the diff, obviously, lower a few lowering springs, and she's good to go. Like, she's good for the slab, hey. That's a bit of just, again, that's just a little part of Irish drifting culture that's just, it gets memed on and jokes made about it. So, as a way of settling the score, if a battle went one more time, didn't matter if you were James Dean, Conor Shanahan, Martin Richards, I'm trying to think who else was somebody. Obviously there needs to be four. There was someone else as well that ended up in the IS200s. Yeah, it was just funny to see, and so it got me thinking. I was like, okay, how can I do this in Assetto Corsa? Because we have Mondello. I do know that I've got a stock Altezza, obviously not exactly an IS200, but more or less it's close enough. And so yeah, I was thinking about it. So the IS200, the Altezza, they've got a 1SGE or something like that, 1FGE, 1FSE, something along those lines. Anyway, it's about 140 horsepower, and the closest thing that we have in Assetto Corsa is this Toyota Altezza, which is made by VR Driving, the one-on-one creative guys, and it's, you know, I don't know the exact specs, but it says it has about 200 horsepower, so it's a bit too much horsepower, but it's close enough for the purpose of what we're doing here. So I basically modified it using my limited little bit of knowledge that I have about modding cars in this game, and I did similar mods that Dave basically talks about. If you watch Adam LZ's first vlog in Ireland, there's a part in that where Dave is showing him around these cars and he explains what he did. So I tried to recreate that. So I went into the data files and I basically gave it a locked diff, so I set the diff to lock, a slightly longer final drive for the gears, because the 4:1 gear ratio that I had when I did a quick bit of testing was just too slow. It was too, like, in second gear you weren't able to drag out the drifts, and in first gear it was bounced off the limiter. So I just adjusted that a little bit to make it a bit more drivable. I added a tiny bit of steering lock because I believe Dave said that they cut the knuckles a little bit, like, or that's a thing that you can do basically to get a little bit more lock. Obviously you can't get 90 degrees obviously in a stock Altezza or IS200, but yeah, but I just added a little bit more extra lock. Lastly, it was just the tune, so I pumped up the rear tires all the way to the max, reduced the amount of fuel because I think that adds weight. Even if it doesn't consume fuel, it's still your weight, your curb weight or whatever that will depend on how much fuel that you have. Yeah, I just did like a basic, just, you know, a few small other tweaks in the tune to just make it a little bit more drivable, and I just thought it'd be fun to jump in and see how it goes. So we're going to do the same thing that they did. We're going to come from the tunnel, as they were calling it, over the weekend, which is just like a little side road. You're coming down the main straight in Mondello as you're about to head into the first right turn. It's just a little off-road to the left there, so we're going to start there and then just do laps, try to do laps with Lincoln around. Conor Shanahan was actually doing it pretty well, doing it pretty successfully, so yeah, if he can do it, why can't I do it? I just thought it'd be fun, so let's see how it goes. Meet you on the track. Okay, so here we are at the start of the little section. So again, that's the main entrance to the first corner at Mondello, and obviously we're in the little, again, they were calling it the tunnel in the event, but yeah, so we're just gonna get going and see how we do. So great little mod as well, actually, I have to say. How do we pull? It's so much fun because it's so soft and there's loads of body roll. Oh, that transition didn't quite work out for me. Just loads of body roll, but the amount of power and just that little extra lock that you get from cutting the knuckles, or in this case just going to the foil and adding a few more degrees of I couldn't quite make that extension. Just adding a few more degrees of steering lock is pretty much all you really need to have a good bit of fun, like. Now the only problem as well is that you might notice is that this is the Driftmaster GP, like virtual VDM version of this track, and for some reason the download, on miles over the line there, the download is it's buggy. So the wall, as you can see there's the little cone thing. There is a wall there. If I was to hit it, there's a wall there, but it's not showing up. And there's also a wall here. I'll show you. It's an invisible wall, so it doesn't show up. No. So, you know, I would imagine, and I'm going to pretend that I'm tapping the wall, but yeah, we'll just keep doing a few laps here and see if I can get a good clean line and link the whole track. If I can link the whole track, I'll end the video. Oh, didn't. I tried to do a weight shift transfer there, did not quite work. And break in. Keep running just over the line. That gives me a chance to swing out. Swing back in. You do need kind of a little handbrake just to extend it there, I feel like. Probably miles off the line there, but it's just fun. Oh, there's a spin. Again, it's not stock, but again, according to Dave, neither was the ones at the actual World Tour, so I don't mind the little mods that I did and the little tweaks to the base car that I did to get it up and running. The tune again is literally just I put the rear tire pressure all the way up, so it's, you know, the wheels will slide a little bit better. Took the fuel down to 5. Front suspension is at negative 2.5 degrees of camber. Oh, this is, no, I was going to say it's a bit better. Rear 10 plus 10 toe out. Rear suspension is 1 degrees, negative 1 degrees obviously, and 0 toe out. And the diff is locked, but that's done in the INI files because you can't do it from the tuning menu. This is so much fun. Again, I'm running over the line. I'm miles off the line every single time, but I'm trying to see how I can correct that. Yeah, so yeah, the tune is very, very basic. It is really just the tweaks that you do to the car in the INI files. Literally just locking the diff by setting the settings front and rear to 1. Or like the pre-acceleration, deceleration, whatever that, to 1.0. From 450 to 650 steering angle. Again, I don't know what that translates to. I don't know if that's 45 degrees to 65 degrees or what. Oh, I actually touched the wall there, man. But also, just yeah, extending rather the final drive from 4.1 to 5.1. That's literally the only tweaks that it took. And now again, according to the stats for this car, it does actually have more horsepower, like as standard, than the ones that they use, the IS200s. Because again, this is an Altezza. I don't know if it's a Beams or what engine is in this one, but yeah, this has about 207 horsepower. I'm trying to see if I can stay more on the line. But yeah, it's just fun. Again, if you're someone that only ever drives, you know, WDT or VDC or high-end pro cars or whatever, I would highly recommend messing around with stuff like this every now and again. There's loads of low horsepower car mods, and they are they can be very good. Like now, obviously 200 and stock tires and stuff like that isn't ideal. Like you can find a mod that's like, you know, drift tires and drift suspension and stuff like that. That's just lower the horsepower. I'm trying to think of something, if I can think of any off the top of my head right now. But come on, let's get the line down. No, ran over a little bit. I'm afraid you can feel there's a certain point where the steering just goes a little bit light, and I do wonder if you can, if I'm going to spin out or hit the wall as it may be. But I think the steering lock, the amount of steering lock that we have, should make it okay. He says as he spins out. I think I'll switch to the outside camera real quick just so we can get a better idea of what's going on for the video, of course. So there we are, watching out as always, miles away. I'm probably coming at this too straight and too slow, so we'll start again. Now it brakes. Oh, a little jab of handbrake. Try to keep the sideways actually going. Swing it out. Swing it out. Ah, no flow. It's just really fun. It's again, it's like drifting in slow motion. It's like yeah, it's very hard to tell where the wall actually is, and I was like, I'm pretty sure. As soon as I said that, I was like, no, you're gonna hit this one. You missed the first one just barely, but you're hitting this one. So it can be done. Again, we've seen, I think it was Conor Shanahan in particular started linking the track more or less, so it can be done. I think the poor, whoever was following him, I can't remember now, it was the other day that I watched it. It was Martin Richards ploughed the silver one into this wall here. He basically did what I did on the last update, but in real life, and smacked up the back end of it. And whoever was trying to follow Conor, I think was in the silver car, so they got a bit fecked over and couldn't. The car was basically wrecked from that point. Like, was it James? No, maybe it was James. I can't remember. Either way, no, James, because James was against Martin Richards. But yeah, either way, Conor was ahead in the red car, doing not too dissimilar to what I'm doing now. Oh, that's linked. Can we keep going? Can we keep going? Little dab of the handbrake. Clutch kick. Swing it out. Keep it going. Ah, can we keep it? Yes! Okay, this is a link. I'm considering that a full link in the course. And with that said, I think I'll wrap it up here, because It doesn't get any better from there, I don't think, unless I can do a better one. Although, this is pretty good, I'm on the line pretty well here. Maybe, there we go. Little clutch kick, handbrake, pull. Nah, I hit the wall, god damn it. Well, yeah, with that last lap being a link, I will end it there and just say this is so much fun. I'm so happy this worked out. Hang on, let me take off the headset. I'm gonna have the stupid VR face thing, red face, but I'll take off the VR headset for the outro. Okay, excuse the VR red face, but I just have to say that I can't recommend that enough. It's so much fun. Like, again, everything that I said, the low horsepower aspect is just good crack. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's just a fun way to spend some time in a drift car. And just to be able to pull it off, yeah, when I had the idea, it's like, surely that's possible in Assetto Corsa to spend, what, 10-15 minutes earlier on doing some tweaks to the car and doing, like, messing with the tune a little bit, to actually have a pull off and be able to do, and that second last one to actually finally link the whole course around, it's just a good time. So that's about it. I just wanted to do a little silly video like that for something different. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.